The Canadiens men's basketball team is a story on its own. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jamal Murray, RJ Barrett, Dillon Brooks. The Canadiens are stacked with talent. More importantly, their team is well-rounded, a combination of stars with elite role players who know what their job is. It provides a level of balance that you would see at the NBA level. With all the talk being around the Americans, it's time to see why they should be worried about their neighbors from the north. Shai is one of the very best players in the NBA. The Canadian has transformed from being a throw-in piece in the Kawhi Paul George trade to an MVP runner-up. In the beginning of the 2024 season, Shai had his 5th straight game with 25 points on 55% shooting, which is the longest streak in Thunder's franchise history. On November 18th, he scored 40 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks in a 130-123 overtime win over the Golden State Warriors. He was named a Western Conference starter for the All-Star game, marking his 2nd consecutive time selected, but his first selection as a starter. He ended the season with 48 30-point games, surpassing Kevin Durant's previous record of 47. He finished 2nd in the MVP race and was selected to the All-NBA first team. Thanks to Shai, the Thunder won 57 games and went into the playoffs as the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. He stayed shining in the playoffs, averaging 30.2 points, 7.2 rebounds, and 6.4 assists. He put up 24 and 10 in Game 4 against the Pelicans, sweeping them, then lost to the Mavs in the next round. Shai, however, did put up 36 and 8 with 2 blocks and 0 turnovers, but it wasn't enough. The 2023 and 2024 season, though, was a great indication that Shai isn't just a star, but a true superstar. Even for the national team, Shai has been good, helping defeat the US in FIBA for the bronze medal. This was Canada's first ever World Cup medal and their first medal at a major global tournament since the 1936 Summer Olympics. In recognition of his outstanding performance, Shai was named to the World Cup All-Tournament team. For his achievements in both the World Cup and the NBA in 2023, he was honored with the Northern Star Award as Canada's Athlete of the Year, and the Leonard Conacher Award as the Canadian Press's choice for Canadian Male Athlete of the Year. Shai became only the 2nd basketball player ever to receive both honors, following in the footsteps of Steve Nash. On top of Shai, Canada also have Jamal Murray. An NBA champion, Murray is one of the most elite point guards in the NBA. People will of course talk about Jokic when it comes to Denver, but Murray is essential to that team. The two-man actions don't work without him, and they certainly wouldn't have been NBA champions without his performances. When Denver won in 2023, Murray averaged 26.1 points, 7.1 assists, and 5.7 rebounds. He became the first player in NBA history to average 30 points on 50-40-90 shooting in the conference finals. He and Nikola Jokic became only the 2nd pair of teammates in NBA history to each score at least 25 points and record 10 assists in an NBA Finals game, the first since Magic Johnson and James Worthy since the 1987 NBA Finals. In Game 3, Murray achieved a 30-point triple-double with 34 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists, leading to a 109-94 win over the Miami Heat. He and Jokic made history as the first teammates in NBA history, regular season or playoffs, to both record 30-point triple-doubles in the same game. Murray also averaged 21.4 points, 6.2 rebounds, and 10 assists per game in the finals, joining Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, and LeBron James as the only player in NBA history to average at least 20 points and 10 assists per game in the NBA Finals series. Let's not forget his 32-point performance in the 2024 Western Conference semifinals, where he helped eliminate the Lakers by hitting a 14-foot game-winning shot in Game 5. Shai and Murray are easily one of the best international backcourts. On top of stars, you will have to have good role players, and Canada has just that. Dillon Brooks is the type of player you hate playing against, but love on your team. He is the villain, the bully, the guy you put on the other team's best player to get in their head. He was on the NBA All-Defensive second team when he was on Memphis. Most people will probably focus on his back and forth with LeBron James, but outside of a few memes, Brooks is a good player. The type of player every team would want. When he was signed to the Rockets, everyone criticized the contract, but he helped shift the culture. It's not a coincidence that him, along with Fred VanVleet, turned the Rockets into a more solid organization as they got 41 wins. Before, they were always at the bottom of the standings while playing a whole lot of iso ball. Brooks has also been good for Canada, putting up 39 points in that victory over the US in FIBA. He was also named the best defensive player of the tournament by FIBA. How can we forget about RJ Barrett? RJ has the potential to be a star. In fact, for the national team, he might already be a star. Barrett was the youngest player on Canada's under-16 national team that won silver at the 2015 FIBA Americas U16 Championship in Argentina. He led the team in scoring during the tournament. He averaged 18.4 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 2.3 assists per game at the 2016 FIBA Under-17 World Cup in Spain, en route to a Eurobasket.com's All-World Cup Under-17 second team honors. In July of 2017, Barrett made headlines with a 38-point, 13 rebound, and 5 assist showing as he guided Canada's Under-19 squad to a 99-87 semifinal over the US at the FIBA Under-19 Basketball World Cup. He subsequently led Canada to the title, tallying game-high of 18 points and 12 rebounds in the championship game against Italy, and was named to the tournament's All-Star 5 and also the tournament's most valuable player. Averaging 21.6 points a game, he was also the leading scorer of the tournament. At the 2023 FIBA World Cup, he outplayed his Knicks teammates at the time, Brunson and Hart, with 23 points on 50% shooting. Him, Brooks, and Shea were the best players on Canada as they combined for 93 points. Since that tournament, RJ was traded to the Toronto Raptors. Barrett scored a season-high 37 points on 13 of 20 shooting, along with 6 rebounds and 6 assists in a 133-118 win over the Golden State Warriors. I think the move was good for him. On a young rebuilding team, RJ can feast. More touches on the ball, playing next to Scottie Barnes, there will be more patience for him to develop. For the national team though, RJ is arguably already one of the best players. Imagine Dillon Brooks, but even better defensively, and you get Lu Dort. There's a reason they call being defended by him the Dortcher Chamber. Dort has experience playing with Shea on the Thunder and is the perfect 3-and-D guy to have. Then you also have players like Alexander Walker, Kelly Olynyk, and Andrew Nembhard. Canada might be lacking in size, but they make up for it with athleticism and versatility. People need to give them more respect. While Canada is very good, the US are still probably the best team. To see what makes them so good, check out this video right here.